recording? Oh, hello. Yes, hi.
Hi, everyone. I'm Roger.
The camera is at a weird angle because we can't figure
Look into the camera, would you, so they can see your face?
I can't figure out. We're
And
celebrating
look
5 o'clock
into
somewhere.
5 o'clock.
Somewhere.
And this is our first podcast.
No, it's not. It's just
We could do more. We're allowed to.
This is our last one.
No.
This is the last.
Dr. Bulow said we should be doing these.
Bulow. He's cool.
Ian Blue.
Cool. Yeah.
Bulow. Have a drink. Can we do this like this?
We could do that. I don't get to drink. I'll wait for you. So it's going to spill all over me.
I always. Yes.
Okay, let's get serious this time. We did get 2,462 calls about where in the spine is the nymphomaniac nerve. So
I didn't think we were going to go back to that one.
So we're asking everybody to call in.
To not ask about it.
Or just leave it alone.
Yes.
Okay, so Roger thinks with this particular video we should probably educate the people that are watching this because he's really all about the spine.
Daisy.
Thermographics, and we have a puppy now. It's also part of the show because she heard how famous we were getting. So Roger wants to speak about something that's much more important than our twaddle stuff that we're talking about now. So, Roger, go ahead.
But
Roger the engineer.
I also want to share some of the things on the shelf that
behind
I've
us
collected over many years. This one reminds me of my first wisdom tooth. No, of when we had to do a crown.
Put it up close to the camera.
Yes, it's pretty cool.
It's
the dentist made a mold, and hi everyone. It can still talk. It's amazing.
That's Henry.
What an upper cervical adjustment will do. Anyway.
Are you serious? Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Books. Lots of books. Yep. The Cornell Library sold them at 10 cents a pound.
Wow.
And I bought a pile of them. I've got Fundamentals of Machine Design by Phelan, and he was also the professor. And that goes Principles of Accounting was after I got to Iowa, and I thought, since I already was kind of running a company, that would be an easy course to pass. I had no idea how complicated accounting was. I dropped out and haven't touched it since.
Accounting,
no.
How is the company doing?
It's doing great. And my father's wisdom was just invoice. And don't worry about the accounting.
Oh.
Yes. And I remember him.
I think I'll drink.
Shall to have another drink myself.
You see your dad.
He was an incredible World War II lieutenant. Flew a B-17. Well, no, he was the navigator. He wanted to fly. He wanted to be a pilot. But on his first training lesson, when he came to land and wanted to abort the landing, he did not firewall the throttles and just kind of glided away. And they said, "No, Alfred, you're done." So he became a navigator, and being very good at math, he was an incredible navigator. 33 missions out of Italy. And anyway, he's the one who took over his father's textile business and said, the secret of business is be honest and good and invoice.
That's a bumper sticker.
Yes, and I told him
a T-shirt.
His picture is in our shop over Chris's desk, and I said, "Chris, my dad's looking over your shoulder, so when you start running things, invoice." Anyway, there was I've got.
What would you like to talk
I
about
always
today?
loved generators, and there's a book up there on electricity. Here it is.
Ooh.
Oh, this is called Dyno-Electric Machinery. Isn't that a cool book? And in this book, it goes all the way back to Edison, and it has. I want to show you one of the pictures of one of the early dynamos. They had big magnets for the field because, oh, where's the pictures? Daisy, no.
Those are cool. The drawings are absolutely.
The drawings are really neat. There's some early dynamos, DC generators, and those big coils are the magnets because you need a really strong magnetic field. Here's another one.
Ooh, wow.
Check that one out. How would you like to have that
Look at
in your
that.
basement
Yes.
running from a steam engine
Oh, wow.
so that you have
In your
plenty
basement,
of
okay.
power? And I actually did buy a boiler, and I have 3 little steam engines, but I've never had the time to hook them
That
up.
blew up.
But now I'm afraid to turn the boiler up now because it might blow up. It's 35 years old.
Whoa, okay.
And
Let's not do that.
no, we won't do that.
Okay, I'll put this back.
I was going to check it with compressed air, but that's not quite the same as steam. The amount of energy in steam is incredible.
I like this one, Elements of Radio.
Yes, that's another good one.
The Elements of Radio, second edition.
Second edition.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
And let's see the publishing date
it's-
on this.
Oh my gosh, hello.
1903. They knew more stuff back then.
Seems like yesterday, yeah.
And what was the book you showed me about all the EMFs, all the radio waves in the...
The Invisible Rainbow.
Oh, wow. We have done it to ourselves.
We've just fried ourselves.
Who was it that put all the towers up off of England? Marconi.
Yes, Marconi, and he fried himself actually too.
Yep.
Doing all that.
And after they started broadcasting off the shores of England, they noticed that the amount of problems and health problems started climbing.
Sure. Yeah, all kinds of diseases.
Otherwise,
It makes you wonder about today, right?
yes.
Everybody's
Have another drink.
Yes. Let's drink big.
Today.
There's nothing else.
Who knows what tomorrow will bring?
Okay. We don't need to be facetious, but we're also realistic.
We're
Right, Daisy? Okay, so there's another thing you wanted to talk about.
yes, the double throw, double pole switch. This is for the.
This is amazing.
This is for the kids. This is a antique switch. It's a porcelain base, and there's 2 switches, so it's called a double pole. And this switch has 3 positions. One is in the middle, so nobody's touching anybody.
Okay.
And then one is in this side, where we're touching one set. We can call them female.
Okay.
And then
Usual.
the other set we'll call males. So this switch can direct current coming in from these terminals to either this end or this end.
Oh,
Double pole, double throw. So
Hey.
that's a nice switch.
right. Quite.
Now I used one of these in our basement where the power comes in from the solar panels. And the one I used,
I knew that was going to happen.
okay, the one I used, instead of porcelain, the base was made out of a plastic called Bakelite, which they used a lot during World War II. And the thing that I failed to do, these switching bars are copper. And I failed to clean the copper on that switch. And so when it was closed and directing the panel from my solar, directing the have another drink. Jeez.
I'll drink to that.
When we were directing the current from the solar panels to my battery bank, I was charging at about 30 amps.
Okay.
And if there's corrosion, and there was some after 70 years,
Me too.
you do. It had some resistance, and it got warm. And when I came home from work that evening, the whole house smelled like there was something on fire. And I looked everywhere, as one would, and I went down to the basement, and my switch with the base-like Bakelite base,
Try it. Have another drink.
it had gotten so hot that it started burning the plywood on the wall that I had mounted it to.
Oh my God.
So,
You checked your insurance policy then.
yeah. The lesson, I put something over the burnt spot on the plywood.
Did you?
So that no one would see it.
Right, foam. Okay.
Painted, I forget what I put. But I didn't want anyone, like a fire marshal, to see that burnt spot.
Of course
because then he has questions. You have batteries?
Pesky fire.
You're not allowed to have batteries. But anyway,
statute of limitations on that situation.
so that's something to be careful of. If you're using these kind of switches, make sure you clean them and the copper is making a good contact, and there's even grease that you can put on to keep that corrosion from going on.
Corrosion, sorry.
And you're supposed to do that on your car battery too, on the posts.
Very good. Okay, well that's we should probably sign off now because we don't have a long time to do these.
We put out
next time we're going to talk about why Eve left paradise.
Who? What? We're supposed to be talking about chiropractic.
Chiropractic, sorry.
And thermography and scanning.
She did have a back problem. Okay.
Eve?
Eve.
Oh, you mean the one in the garden?
Yes.
Oh,
come on. Catch up.
With the snake.
The snake had a perfect vertebrae.
Daisy,
okay, go ahead.
Tell us about the snake.
Okay, we got to go.
Okay.
Next
time, we'll talk about Eve in the garden. And what's his name? Adam.
And God.
And God. And the apple.
Exactly.
Some people think it was
where it all began.
A pomegranate, but it could very well
could have been
an
the Big
apple.
Bang too.
Okay. Have a great Labor Day weekend, and we'll be back next week.
You lucky people. Ciao.